So the last movie was Tombstone.
Tombstone.
The most normal of the movies we watched, I think.
Yeah.
True.
This is the most movie we've seen.
Probably, yeah. No, this is a real movie. This is the first Western
Yes, sir.
we've seen on the channel. And, I'm just gonna say up front, I think this movie was very good.
Yeah?
I had a good time watching it. I thought the opening scene where they sort of introduced the cowboys was very, very good. Very entertaining.
Yeah, it definitely, invested me pretty early on with that. Then they didn't really follow up on it much, so it made me lose interest a tad bit later.
I mean, I feel like its purpose was really just to establish, the cowboys are, these ruthless killers.
They're some bad dudes.
They're some bad dudes.
They're very old stinkers.
They do a good, and they do pay that scene off with the Revelations quote.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Let's see. This is a long-ass movie, there's a lot of stuff in it.
It feels long as well.
Yeah, every time we looked at the timestamp, it was just like, that much still?
There's a lot of dialogue in this one,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the acting was good. I thought the action, when there was action, was well done. Specifically the one shootout where the one guy gets shot in the leg, I thought that was pretty good, especially when the one guy surrenders, so they throw him into the building, and then he crashes through the window to start attacking them again. That was cool. I like that shit. Oh, I like that scene where, the one cowboy was, showing off by flipping his gun and whatever, and then Doc Holliday just starts flipping his little, whiskey cup around on his finger to, make fun of him.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty sweet. Doc Holliday is pretty cool overall, I would say. Generally, I think most of the characters in this film are pretty cool. That's, the biggest thing about this movie. There are a lot of really cool characters and some really cool scenes, and then nothing really in the middle of any of those things.
Yeah. Yeah, I like our two main guys, Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
I thought
Wyatt
they were pretty
Earp.
good.
I also really like Doc Holliday's lady that he has everywhere with him. She's a hottie.
She sure is.
When she's in her black outfit. When she was in that other shit later in the movie, I was like, oh.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, not as much.
I like how they, Doc Holliday really does look like he's dying of tuberculosis the ententire movie.
Yeah, he does,
yeah, at some point early on, Jackson had pointed out or whatever, why is he fucking sweating so much? Why is he the only one doing that? And
they establish early on he has tuberculosis.
Yeah.
That's the first...
This is a big part of the movie with me is that I just wasn't paying any attention to it. I don't know why. It may be attributed to the movie just not really interesting me, or maybe I was just kind of spacing out. But I just could not pay attention during this movie. So I was missing shit constantly, and I had basically no idea what was happening at any given time.
That is a shame.
I literally couldn't tell you the basics of the plot, really, or why anything connects. I guess I could say what happens in a way, but I don't know why any of these things were happening. The big bad thing at the end where they kill fucking Ringo, whatever his name was, I have no idea why they wanted him dead so bad, or why it's a big event that it's happening. From my perspective, he was just the guy that spun his gun and was kind of an asshole. I don't really know why any of this happened, so I was really confused for most of it, but that's probably just me.
That's a shame, because I thought that the story was very good in this movie. I like the idea of, Wyatt Earp and his friends being, retired lawmen, and they're just trying to make a fucking living, and then they get dragged back into that life.
Yeah, ultimately, Jackson, there are really only two things you gotta know about Wyatt Earp. He hates them cowboys, and he wants to cheat on his wife.
He sure does. What happened to his wife?
She disappears. She's just not in it at some point.
She is no longer a character.
Yeah, she did want room service, and he was fed up with her.
Yeah. None of the women are really characters except Doc Holliday's girl, and then that
Doc Holliday's girl, dude. Don't even get me started on Doc Holliday's girl.
Well, yeah.
When she's in that black lace, dude, who, mama?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, man.
Ooh, can I do a little side segment right here?
Yeah,
Go
sure.
for it.
Temporarily within Guapish at the Movies, we're now doing Guapish on the Runway. How do you guys feel the drip in this movie was?
Fantastic. I think the set design and overall outfits were phenomenal. During the movie, I told Jackson, dude, We gotta get suits like that. We gotta head over to the men's warehouse like tomorrow.
I think just like when it's the 4 guys squatted up and they're in their like all black suits with their guns out and they're like walking around town, I was like, damn, this goes hard as fuck, dude.
Right.
I also liked the sheriff's like first like striped up suit. I thought he looked quite dapper in that one.
Dude, what the fuck is the deal with the sheriff in this movie exactly? He's like, he doesn't fucking do anything at any point.
He's some lazy asshole or something.
Yeah, he just like shows up and he's like, oh man, this is kind of a bummer what's going on around here. Anyway,
damn, that sucks. Could you guys do my job for me?
Yeah, and then can I arrest you once you do?
Yeah. He only arrests people that he thinks aren't gonna shoot him, to be honest. But how'd you guys like that big scene at the train where Wyatt Earp finally sets himself on the warpath?
That was pretty badass.
Yeah, I thought it was neat.
It's pretty neat. I thought, obviously that was the intention of the scene, but those lines go hard as fuck. Where he's like, "You wanted the thunder, and now it's coming."
Yeah. What does the line "I'm your Huckleberry" mean? Doc keeps saying it. He says like 3 times throughout the movie. I don't understand.
Does he say it 3 times?
He says it several times.
Okay, I don't know. I guess he just likes the book Huckleberry Finn.
I guess so. He's like, I'm your pal, I guess, or something like that.
Maybe that's the tuberculosis getting to his brain, it's putting holes in his memory.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Huckleberry Finn's like a really good, really big, really... It's like a book. It's like a really
sure
popular,
is.
Yeah.
It is a book.
Yeah. It's
I haven't read it, unfortunately.
I think, isn't it? It means like to be like I'm your man, but that like,
makes sense to me.
Yeah, but it's meant to be threatening. Like if you want to do something, do it to me. Like I'm the guy to do something to.
Okay, that checks out then. Now, Tanner, we talked about the cool train scene. What do you think about the scene at the river?
I thought it was neat, little shootout across the river, and then when the guy he's just like, fuck it, I'm immortal, I guess, and he starts trudging out into the water, and so the other guy's like, well, I'm gonna go fight him out here too. And
that shit was so fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, that was
everything about that scene was fucking dog shit.
All those old Western guns, they weren't as accurate,
I was hoping that at least, like, the main guy would be like, hold up, step back, guys. Let's, like, see what he's gonna do or something. I don't know. Was he shooting when he was walking towards him? I think he was just fucking walking towards him.
There's still gunshots going off, but,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes more sense if it was, like, a ceasefire. He was, like, doing an intimidation tactic for, like, a 1v1 of their big guy. But no, he's just fucking walking into the middle of the open in the front lines and somehow doesn't get shot immediately.
That's fair enough. One complaint I do have is I didn't like the ending too much. It felt too happy for this movie.
I personally thought it was really anticlimactic overall.
I'm with Nico on this one.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I just kind of feel like it ultimately turns into a revenge tale. So I kind of think the ending should have been like, he beats the last bad guy, but all his friends are dead, and it's just him now.
Yeah. His wife left him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't want room service anymore.
It's because she was an opium addict.
Yeah. She was on that methamphetamine. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was really confused when it was, like, Christmas time, and they were just, like, building snowmen and shit. I thought that they, like, cut to the future or some shit. Like, people were, like, telling tales about Wyatt Earp or some bullshit.
I mean, it definitely was sometime after the scene before that, and they were somewhere else.
I mean, yeah, maybe, like, a few months or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I give this film my completionist rating of finish it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finish it.
What rank do you want to give it?
Come back to me. I need to look over my list of other movies. Jackson, what would you rank this film?
I'm giving this movie a solid B tier. I thought it was entertaining. I think it was above average. I think the acting and the set design was really good, but I wasn't really following with the plot a bunch. As I mentioned,
That sounds like it was your fault, but whatever.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm ranking it off of my perspective. I'm not gonna give it a higher ranking because I think it might be, but I don't know. I'm ranking it the way I saw it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm saying B.
I'm gonna give this movie an S-.
Okay.
I think I'll give
Don't
it.
give it an A.
Dylan gave it an A.
I think I'll give it a B plus.
Tragic.
Thanos' heart is broken. This movie is now an A- on the same tier as Undercover Brother.
Yeah, I thought it was a well enough
many,
film.
And many other movies like
Many
Nacho
others.
Libre and Waxwork.